Donking Reserve, Pyramid and Lighthouse has a stone pyramid monument with a touching inscription erected by Sir Ruthven Donkin in memory of his wife Elizabeth, after whom this beautiful city of Port Elizabeth is named. Port Elizabeth is one of the largest cities in South Africa and is the pride of the Eastern Cape province. This is a city that is famous for its pristine beaches, refreshing weather and the warmth of its people. Port Elizabeth, also known as the Friendly City, is a haven for tourists. Sports lovers will also feel right at home in this city, as it is the home of the Warriors cricket team, which plays at St. George's Park, and the EP Kings, who ply their trade at the Nelson Mandela Bay Stadium. It is here where we visited the EP Kings Academy to learn more about one of its shining stars, Lusanda Badiyana.
I'm a soldier. Yeah, I told you, I'm on the mission, I'm switching.
When I was about 7 or 6, I have an older brother who started playing rugby before I did. So yeah, I used to go, well, he's a year older than me, so he started like a year before I did, but I used to go watch his trainings and stuff. So I started to get involved, and my dad also played rugby when he was younger. So he used to tell me stories about that, so I thought I'd try it out as well, which I did fall in love with it and I did try it. Well, my first mentor before I found out about other rugby players had to be my dad, because he played rugby as well. Apparently he was a good fullback according to him, but according to his friends he was all right. So yeah, he was a pretty good rugby player. But then when I found out about the Springboks and stuff, I think Skalkberger and those guys like Skalkberger, PSPs, all the hard guys, the hard rugby guys were my role models.
He's a very good boy. He's got that aura around him that attracts people to come closer to him, and his natural leadership qualities as well always comes through. And I think he's very level-headed. He's got a bright future ahead of him. I think if he just stay focused, remain humble, respectful as he is, I think he's destined for greater heights.
I get along very well with Lusanda. We've got a very similar sense of humour, but he's a good role model for a lot of our kids, particularly a lot of our new guys in the academy. He's someone that they are looking up to because of the way he carries himself. He lives a very good lifestyle. He's not a big partier or anything, trains hard. So in that sense, he's very good.
He's a good mate of mine, obviously. We didn't go to the same school. We always played against each other. He's from Cambridge, I'm from Dale College, so we always got together after the game. He's a guy who's quick with his tongue as well, so he would throw a couple of chirps in the game, and he's a player of confidence, obviously. So, and he's a very hard guy mentally and physically. So whatever it is that he has on his mind, he just throws out, which it can be verbal or, physically.
We spend a lot of time together, and generally half the stuff he says is pretty funny, so he's a bit of a joker as well.
So I never played Craven Week that year, but I played in the Grahamstown Festival. That's where Sean and Kempo and them saw me, and they called my coach, who spoke to me about the opportunity to come play here, which I was pretty keen on as well.
The presentation, is that my style? Imagination, is that my child? Interpolation, is that my fire? Premeditation, dude, you know why?
I've learned a lot at the academy. I've grown as a rugby player. I can't really name things, but I've grown as a person as well. Coming from not the greatest rugby school, but I had to come here, find my feet, and just like basic skills and just working with people and all of that, just being an all-round person as well. That's what I've learned from here.
I'd say his strength would be his leadership. That brings the best out of him, because if he's a leader amongst men, he has to lead basically from example. So that gets the best out of his game. So in everything he does, he always looks to dominate. He always looks to set the example and set the tone. And his weaknesses, not many, but I would say he's very stubborn as well. So he's a very hard head.
When chips are down, he's got that ability in him to call the boys closer to him, and then he gives instructions, and everyone just goes out and implement whatever that he's trying to get across to them. So he's got that ability and that leadership in him, and he's well respected amongst his peers as well. So I think for me, that's what stands out the most.
Doesn't stop. He can be 50 points down or 50 points up. He'll be the same in minute 80 as he is in minute 1. Just doesn't give up. High work rate, motivates his teammates around him. He's just, he's special player.
He talked the talk and walked the walk too. He just don't talk and don't back it up with his action. That's what stands out about him, is that he goes out and do it himself. So he leads from the front by actually his action.
Winning the 19 Currie Cup with the guys was a great experience because we weren't the favourite side to win the competition, so winning it was a pretty great experience. But the worst experience, when I was 17, I had a bad ankle injury, so I missed out that whole year. I didn't play rugby the whole year in high school. Yeah. In my under 19 year, it had to be the Bulls. The Bulls side was a pretty good side that we lost to. The only game we lost that season. But in the senior rugby, when we played Currie Cup qualifiers last year, it had to be the Pumas, I think, that we played in Mpumalanga, and it was a pretty physical game, one of the most physical games I played in.
I think he's got the potential to go Super Rugby, definitely. He can go as far as he wants. It's just a matter of people recognising his talent. He's, in this country, we're still obsessed with size. He's obviously not the tallest guy, but it doesn't count for anything on the field. He's still just as tough as any loose forward in the country. So yeah, I think he can go all the way.